Let's look at the new robot BWS Spike version 3. This robot comprises different logic and strategy, which is an update of the previous robots we have been working on so far. Today, let's look at our various setup and their meaning and their significations. Here, the first thing we have in this setup is time. Time simply means at what hour or what range do you want the robot to trade. Now, maybe every day I'm set to be trading 1 hour for me. So after 1 hour, the robot will stop trading. Now we have a weekly filter. We have a Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. And this robot is basically built for boom and crash 1000. We have time, the weekly filter, risk management, numbers of trade, daily targets, and the various logic. Please, this is simplified in such a way that each and every one of us can easily decide on what setup do I want, on what strategy do I want to trade with. You may decide to make use of this robot on your demo account for at least 1 week and be able to look at the various strategy and know which one will be able to manage my account, which one can I use to build up my equity. This robot is slow but steady. Yes, it depends on your risk management. The fact is that in forex trading, there's no 100% accuracy, but your strategy is matter of practice, and putting it to work. Now let's look at the weekly filter. I only show the output for Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Reason being that other days are enabled. Other days the robot will trade. But these three particular days I use is because of our weekly candle closure. Whenever the weekly candle closes, there may be change of trend, change of signal, change of direction. Everything happens with a matter of time. So you may be thinking there's manipulation, but I don't think there's anything like manipulation. Reason being that the market pattern changes every day, every time, every moment, in as much as everything in the whole world is changing. So these days I listed them because that signifies when is the market candle, the new candle are going to form. The weekly candle ends every week, and new candle forms every new week. So you can easily enable any of these days and decide your fate. Now let's go to risk management. The first thing here is lot size. The lot size, you can input any lot size of your choice depending on your equity and your account balance. Try to manage your risk by yourself. No robot can manage your money for you. What every robot does that is already specified the strategy used to give it command to tell you when to buy and sell. It will not come and tell you, my friend, your account is too low, they don't trade, don't do that. Every risk management is based on you, on your own personal opinion. Using robots is to ease tension, emotion, and stress. Now, the second thing there, we have a stop loss. At every $10, how much do I expect to lose? I may be risking $2 of every $10 in my account. How much am I expected to lose? This stop loss depends on you and your capital and your equity and your aim and view. It doesn't depend on anybody to tell you what are you to sit there. I may decide to blow off the entire money in my account. I may decide to risk one of the highest risk and increase the stop loss, because it's obvious all of us are traders. But what is the major problem we are having? We may fix a stop loss at this level. Maybe we enter trade in level 1. Our initial stop loss will be at level 5. Let's take it to be $5. Then when your market is approaching that $5, you will be like, I think this market is going to reverse. My analysis are pure, my analysis are accurate. Then before you know it, you move the stop loss above again, from 5 to 7, from 7 to 9, from 9 to 10, landing to blowing off of your account. So please, any stop loss you are making use of, make sure it's based on your own personal decision. Now, that is one thing I did in this robot, unlike other robots. When you go to every robot, you find out that whatever command here is sent as a request command to your broker. But in the case of stop loss and take profit, I did not. I only use stop loss as a request order from my broker, but take profit is not a request order. What do I mean by that? If we are trading manually, you observe that you cannot put stop loss and take profit at the same time, at the same moment. But each time you are making use of your robots immediately fix all those things at the same time, the same rates, the same speed. But do you know that whatever transaction we are working, we are trading, whatever order you are putting, there is an order ID assigned to that, which means your broker is aware of what is going on in each trade and in each account. Out of 10,000 people, 2,000 may be doing the same thing in their own various accounts at the same time. So the broker will be able to monitor this trade is automatic, this trade is not automatic. Yes, they does that. Therefore, I didn't use normal take profits in this. What I did was to assign a different method of taking a profit, which means taking it in our in dollar value. And how does this work? How does this work? I used here, now you can see I have $1 as take profit. If total of everything, every positive trade in my account is $1 or above, it will close both positive and negative in order to avoid further loss. That is why most of the time when you see my trade, you see a higher value of outcome. But because I close everything, I don't wait for a reversal. A boom 1000 will be in my favor. Perhaps boom crash 500 is already in your favor, covering up the loss you are having in boom 1000. But by the time you'll be waiting, your account will be diminishing gradually. So that's why most of the time you see small losses in my account and see higher outcome as profits. That is one of the secret there. Now the next one we have a break even. Break even, once you enter the buy position and the market is moving towards that direction, there will be a break even to secure your position so that you will not lose that market. Then we have a step logical trade. Now we have different type of trailing stop. So this particular one, the trade step by step. It does not just occur once. It trails step by step. What do I mean? If I enter trade and it spiked to my favor, the stop loss will just move down. The stop loss will move down gradually. It will not cover up that positive. In order to waiting for a higher profits, then the more the market is moving down, the more is following it. But if you are using fast rail, immediately you enter, the market is in your favor, it will hit trailing stop without wasting time. So most of the time you may be having a positive value under 1 minute, then before you come back to your chart, you'll be seeing negative value, something that was in positive. Reason being because you are using a logical trailer stop that is not too far to secure your your profit in waiting for a greater profit. But when you use fast trail, no matter how much you have there, it will just cover it up immediately. Now we have numbers of trays per logic. Unlike other robots I've been building, various robots, I use one single command for this. But I've come to realize that this is different strategy. Sometimes some of this strategy may lose. Sometimes it can give us unimaginable profits. But how do we try to figure this out? Because here we are going to use the entire strategy at a time. Now, for instance, I have crash downtrend spike on every downtrend. I can't recall the moving average I used to filter this, but I know all these markets, all these signal work according to trend, unlike the other ones. Now, on every downtrend, crash 1000, once you get the signal, it will enter for spike. We don't trade against the trend, we trade in favor with the trend. That is one thing about this robot, it's trend based. Now we have a crash deeper spike, we have a BWS 1 minute slash 5 minute spike logic, we have boom uptrend spike, we have boom deeper and boom booster. One thing I love much about this is this boom deeper and booster. Why do I love it? I don't need to tell you, but I love it because it's a rare strategy. It hardly occur. It will take you months, days for you to realize the strategy, but it's something that happens so deep that even on your normal chart, you will not see this. You will not be able to give the calculation unless you work harder, and it hardly fails. So now, what is the essence of these numerous numbers of trade per logic? I may decide to test all this logic and know which one always give me profit, which one can boost my account to my own satisfaction. Then I may decide to run it on a demo account. I use crash down trend spike. I'll use open one signal, deep open two signal, this open three signals. I'll monitor this account to know which actual signal is more perfect. And like I said, all these things are seasonal. You may lose, but as I promised, this is a very high logical robot. You don't need to bother yourself much. Just maintain your risk management. Now, if all these things occurs, maybe I ran it for a week, and I am able to determine which of these can give me perfect entry, then I can reduce the number of trade for others, and that one that gives you a perfect entry can increase the number of trade. Mind you, number of trade is based on your equity and capital. Even though if you have something like $20 and you say open a 5 trade in boom 1000 or open 20 trade, it will not open 30 trade due to margin call. So it will not, the broker will not even allow you. Now let's move down to one of the most confusing and logical aspects of this, and one of the best of all. We have avoid daily targets, which by default is off, everything's off by default. Now, what is this avoided daily targets? I think I should have used a better name for it, but no, I have to be specific. Instead of using on signal, off signal, but I have to be specific. Before then, we have daily targets for crash and daily targets for boom. This logic has an assigned value of money per signal will generate a day, and that signal will automatically stop trading for that day. Either this or this must be on before the robot picks any trade. Either avoid daily targets, or it must be on before the robot trade, or daily targets are on before the robot trade. These are two different switch. There are two different switches. If this is on, I have no business with daily target. The robot will be trading 24 hours. If this is off and this is on, this will trade. This particular signal will trade. Other signal will not trade. And once this signal hits the expected amount of profits per day, it will stop trading. Once this is on, the same thing. But once they are all off, none of this signal will trade. If you want to trade only BWS 1 minute, 5 minute spike, you on it. This is the only signal that will be picking trade for you throughout the whole day. But once that profits, expected profits is actualized, then you are not going to trade again for that day. Now we have the same thing goes to boom. Then after, this is our logic. This is our logic. We have crash spike logic and boom spike logic. You can on it based on your own. But if I might advise on the entire logic. When you on this, they will trade. Even if these are on and these are off, the robot will not trade. If this is on, this is off, the robot will never trade. If this is on and this is off, the robot will never trade. Rather, the only thing that can pick up your trade is giving you your signal, which is a arrow. That's the only thing that will be appearing on your chart. And mind you, not immediately you attach your robot, you'll be seeing arrow. No, the arrow will not give you the previous bar signals. It's only the current one that occurs on your chart, the current signal. If ever that thing are off, immediately the signal occurs, the arrow will appear. It works with only the current signal. Please tell me if this video help you. We are still going to carry out the practical aspects of all this to see how the robots speed trade and how profitable they are. Thanks and remain blessed.